Hi, I'm Catriel Klein, and I will be testing Ivan Pavlov's theory of classical conditioning. Only in my version of the experiment, I will be using my sister instead of dogs. And for my conditioned stimulus, I will be using this turtle fart machine, which has a wide array of different fart noises, and I will be hiding this in her room in different places, as you will see in the video that follows. I will be pairing this conditioned stimulus with a killer whale stuffed animal, which I will be throwing at her. Now here's a short history video from a friend. Enjoy.
Ironically, Ivan Pavlov, a noted Russian scientist, wasn't at all interested in the idea of learning. He won the Nobel Prize for Physiology and Medicine in 1904, which was his original course of research and study. As this original footage shows, Pavlov was initially interested in digestion and the action of the salivary glands. By diverting the saliva of dogs into test tubes, he could precisely measure if and how much they salivated during digestion. When food was presented, the dogs salivated quickly, an inherited salivary reflex. But over repeated testings, a strange thing happened. The dogs salivated before contact with the food. Just the mere sight of food was enough to stimulate their drooling. Then, just seeing the food dish, or even hearing the footsteps of Pavlov or his assistants, was enough to trigger this built-in reflex. What was going on to elicit this response? Pavlov decided to find out by systematically introducing the stimuli and measuring the dog's reaction. Metronome, lights, and bells were all used as stimuli, and they all worked as stand-ins for the food. What mattered was not the kind of stimuli used, but the fact that it reliably signaled that food was on the way. Pavlov had unwittingly discovered a fundamental type of learning called classical conditioning. An original or unconditioned stimulus elicits an automatic unlearned response. Both stimulus and response happen naturally. They are unconditioned. Then, a second neutral stimulus that never elicits the conditioned response by itself is introduced just before the presentation of the original stimulus. If the neutral stimulus or signaling stimulus is presented alone and a response occurs after, as if the original stimulus was still there, we say that conditioning has officially taken place. The arbitrary neutral stimulus has become a conditioned stimulus.
Thank you to my obviously extremely British friend. Now, let's begin, shall we?
Max? No! Oh, what the heck, Cat? Ow! One more time, Cat. One more time. Cat! What? Stop. Cat, really? Really?